Greetings pilots and welcome back to Reunion. I hope that you've been enjoying the new content, and good news, we've got a new intro and outro. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I worked super hard on it. But anyway, back to Reunion. Hopefully now we can try and push the Shivans back. Now that we've shut down the gate, hopefully no more of them will be able to come through. However, our fight is long from over. So, let us continue and let us finish them off once and for all. Let's move over, pilots. I'm really excited for this one. Let's hope that this time around we don't screw things up like we did the last time. Let's switch over and go. Alright, now that we're here, let us continue.
To all new members of the Kawat El Saka GTVA Special Operations Unit, allow me to extend a warm welcome in the name of Admiral Senkit, the commanding officer of this outfit. I am Rear Admiral Omori, the personal aide of Admiral Senkit. In one way or another, you all volunteered to be a part of this Special Operations Unit despite having little information on what makes us different from the GDI or the SOC. In a nutshell, our sole purpose is the preservation of the integrity of the Galactic Terran-Vasudan Alliance as an everlasting bond between the Terran and Vasudan species. Everything else, and I must stress, everything else is secondary priority.
Where do the Shivans fit in all this then?
As you are already aware, the integrity of our alliance is under constant, internal threat. The Neo-Terran Front 12 years ago was just one of the many saboteur factions to rise and fall and one of the rare ones to reveal their true colors. Contemporary threats elected to be less open about their intentions and instead lurk in the shadows, trying to destroy our alliance from within. Make no mistake, only because they do not paint their symbols over destroyers and corvettes, they are no less powerful than the NTF used to be. Now that the Shivan threat is all but gone, with only a few of their battle groups remaining in ROS 128, Laramis and Sibel Ray, we need to act before the cabal of conspirators sees the opportunity to destabilize a GTVA weakened by the Shivan invasion.
I'm gonna mop up the rest by the looks of it.
Our greatest nemesis may be a powerful faction that has significant influence within the GTVA Security Council, Admiralty, and Special Operations Command. This entity is highly focused on collecting the very same sorts of artifacts that led NTF Admiral Aiken H. Bosch to his journey to the nebula beyond Gamma Draconis a decade ago. We do not exactly know what their intent is with these objects, believed to have been manufactured by the extinct race we call Ancients but we fear that it is more or less in line with the doomed quest the rebel Admiral Bosch launched a decade ago. That is, the creation of a superweapon called ETAK, the destruction of the Galactic Terran-Vasudan Alliance and the genocide of the Vasudan species.
I thought the ETAC was just to speak to the Shivans.
The Kawat El Saka has already seized many of these artifacts from the hands of the anti-alliance conspirators, but we're far from controlling the entire cache. So far, we elected to employ subtle methods of infiltration, bribery, and theft, but we're running out of time. This recruitment drive has been in no small part due to the fact that we will need the manpower to hit multiple installations and spaceships all across the GTVA. Our only aim with this operation is to wrestle the NTF artifacts from the control of the Cabal, before they carry out their sinister plan. You will be assigned to various units tasked with different objectives all across Allied space. Many of you will be assigned to entirely new operational formations and equipped with state-of-the-art Vasudan equipment. I urge you to exhibit the professional performance we have seen you perform already before we elected to recruit you into our flying force. Good luck and may the Alliance be preserved.
Spelling error. Okay.
Welcome to Special Forces Operative Detachment Nabra, Lieutenant Commander Miller. My name is Captain Omori and I will be your commanding officer. I regret to say that your former wingman, Lieutenant Harris, Second Lieutenant Duncan and Ensign Castillo have been transferred to other operative units within the El Saka, but you should be able to meet them again once this operation is complete.
Okay, so I look forward to.
Nabur Force has been tasked with hitting a science vessel, the GTSC Herschel, which behaves more akin to a mobile installation than your usual science cruiser. Having spent several months hiding in the outskirts of Beta Aquila, the Herschel has quietly returned to resupply at an outlying civilian installation, Alshane Freight Depot.
Interesting.
Our intelligence operatives have confirmed that the Herschel has several of the Splinter faction's NTF artifacts on board. We believe they have been studying them to create an anti-Vasudan superweapon, perhaps a biological weapon of some sort. Our job is to capture the Herschel, seize the NTF artifacts and destroy the research they have been conducting.
Agreed.
The initial El Saka attack will consist of Ro and Chi wings. Lieutenant Commander Miller, you will be flying Ro 2 and I will be in command of the operation from Ro 1. Ro will focus on eliminating any potential escort ships the Herschel has, while Chi Wing will focus on disabling the science vessel and disarming its turrets.
Fair.
Once our initial strike is complete, we will send in marine transports to capture the Herschel and recover its artifacts, then transport the items to a secure location, where the anti-GTVA cabal will not be able to recover them for their genocidal plan. Ro Wing will have to escort the marine transports and make sure they survive against any possible counterattack from the Splinter faction.
Foreshadowing, isn't it?
2 additional tactical ships will be deployed to the area. The GVCV Ermia missile corvette will provide cover against any possible capital ships, while the GVA Kakit will assist you with electronic warfare capabilities.
I like that.
Lieutenant Commander Miller, I understand that you are used to being in a leadership role during operations, however, I will now ask you for your fullest obedience as an important piece in a larger puzzle. You will be assigned to Ro Wing, under my direct command and will not be enjoying decision-making authority.
Makes sense.
A lot will rest on your loyalty and your ability to operate as part of an elite team that is SFO Dinabra and the Kawat El Saka in large. We are shaping the future of our alliance with this operation and I only expect you to give your very best as both a fighter pilot and a devoted citizen of the GTVA.
Alright, so let's do this. So we have to seize the artifacts. I can't change anything. Alright. What do we got?
Target in sight. The Herschel is moored to Alshane Depot. Chi Wing moving in to disable the vessel. Ro Wing, Chi will focus on the Herschel. We will clear the area. Ro 2 here, detecting no hostile fighters, just civilian vessels. Request clarification on what you mean by clearing the area. Civilian vessels are also valid targets, Ro 2. We need to sanitize the area and leave no witnesses. Whoa, with all due respect, that's something I don't recall being told during the briefing, Captain. And Baytak. Our enemies have forfeited Baytak long ago and we stand to lose much more if we are compromised today. Cut the chatter and focus on your objective. Vasudan fighters. This is a GTVA civilian installation. What the hell are you doing? Do not interact with the hostiles, team. We have strict orders to follow. All security fighters. Launch immediately. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Reading hostile indicators. Security fighters are launching from the station. The Herschel is powering up its main drives and is attempting to escape. All clear, sir. The station is not firing on us.
It's not taking any damage. Well, that doesn't work either. Specific way. Sure. Yeah, the whole ship's become guardian. What? Okay. Oh, great. The physics are all broken. Alright, let's try and restart. Maybe that'll fix it.
Target in sight. The Herschel is moored to Alshane Depot. Chi Wing moving in to disable the vessel. Row Wing, Chi will focus on the Herschel. We will clear the area. Row 2 here, detecting no hostile fighters, just civilian vessels. Request clarification on what you mean by clearing the area. Civilian vessels are also valid targets. Row 2. We need to sanitize the area and leave no witnesses. Whoa, with all due respect, that's something I don't recall being told during the briefing, Captain. And Baytak. Our enemies have forfeited Baytak long ago and we stand to lose much more if we are compromised today. Cut the chatter and focus on your objective. Base and fighters. This is a GTVA civilian installation. What the hell are you doing? Do not interact with the hostiles, team. We have strict orders to follow. All security fighters. Launch immediately. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Reading hostile indicators. Security fighters are launching from the station. Is powering up its main drives and is attempting to escape.
Something doesn't seem right. Yo, that missile already wanted him.
All clear, sir. The station is not firing on us. Oh, support vessel work this time. Sure. Maybe let's try push. Let's make this go a little bit faster. The Herschel is close to reaching its departure waypoint. Row wing, assist Chi in disabling that vessel.
Yeah, well, easier said than done when it doesn't actually work. Something broken, yeah. wonder how far it's gonna have to actually go.
The GTSC Herschel has
See what I
fled
mean?
the field of engagement, warning it's possible that Chi-Wing will not be able to disable the Herschel alone. The Elpis class has 3 engines. As soon as you are able, you should assist Chi in taking out the GTSC Herschel has fled the field of engagement, warning the Splinter faction within the GTVA of our full-scale operation. In addition, we were unable to seize the NTF artifacts the science ship had on board, making the saboteurs one step closer to execute.
Turns out there is a bug in the current build of Reunion, so here's what I'm going to do for all of you. I'm just going to revert it back quickly to one build before that and see if that works, because otherwise if this doesn't work, I'm going to be somewhat ticked off. Yes, because I expect things to work. Let's not be like Microsoft now. But anyway, let me just revert back to a previous build and I'll come back to you in just a few minutes. Okay, let us try this now with a different version. I won't bore you with the details though, but I kind of had to do a few things to actually figure out what the problem might actually be. But for now, let us just...
Target in sight. The Herschel is moored to Alshane Depot. Chi-Wing moving in to disable the vessel. Row Wing, Chi will focus on the Herschel, we will clear the area. Row 2 here, detecting no hostile fighters, just civilian vessels. Request clarification on what you mean by clearing the area. Civilian vessels are also valid targets, Row 2. We need to sanitize the area and leave no witnesses. Whoa, with all due respect, that's something I don't recall being told during the briefing, Captain. And VATAC. Our enemies have forfeited VATAC long ago and we stand to lose much more if we are compromised a bit. Cut the chatter and focus on your objective. They stand fighters. This is a GTVA civilian installation. What the hell are you doing? Do not interact with the hostiles, team. We have strict orders to follow. All security fighters, launch immediately. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Reading hostile indicators. Security fighters are launching from the station. The Herschel has been disabled, sir. Detailing some active threats. I want every ship except the station destroyed. We shall deal with that later.
I wonder if these guys are a bit pissed off they were just firing on their base and all that. Hurts.
All clear, sir. The station is not firing on us. Affirmative. Calling in the Marine transports now. Omega Wing has arrived. Omega 1 is approaching the Herschel, Omega 2 moving in to secure the station. Row and Chi Wings, move into escort formation.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see, maybe the support ship will work this time around. Hopefully.
Attention all operatives. The Herschel has called for backup.
Uh-oh.
We were unable to block the message, as it used some sort of specialized wavelength. Regrettable. Get ready for company, team.
Yeah, it's funny that this music I can hear in the background, you know what it actually really reminds me of? It's like it's like the first level from Homeworld 2. That's where it sounds like it comes from.
Reading an incoming jump signature. Phobos class carrier, 10 kilometers from the station. It's the Nelson. I know that ship, Captain. Unidentified Vasudan vessels. This is the GTCA Nelson, Special Operations Command. You are ordered to cease your activities and withdraw immediately. All operatives, the Nelson belongs to the anti-alliance cabal. Prepare to defend the area from their impending attack. They really do. We helped them out back in Ross 128 with my former team. They didn't really look like anti-alliance conspirators.
Yeah.
We know you did, Lieutenant Commander, and are forgiven for doing so, given your lack of information earlier. But the contest and the Defleur you rescued from Laramis contain the very same types of NTF artifacts we're now attempting to seize. Jesus, well, that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
Watch out, incoming fighters. A Heron-class shuttle has launched from the Herschel and is heading towards the Nelson. They likely moved the artifacts onto the shuttle and are scuttling the science ship. All teams, disable Lambda 1.
Lambda 1?
This is the Ermia. We're priming warheads and moving in to engage the Nelson. Hold off the fighters in the meantime. Lambda 1 has been destroyed.
That was supposed to...
It looks like the science module they had on board survived. Omega 1 will attempt to recover it from the debris. Cover the transport, team.
Got him.
Operational teams, be advised, the Nelson is launching combat drones targeting Omega 1.
There's the Corvette. That thing can certainly fire off a shit ton of missiles at once. You kidding me? They actually put shields on these drones. The armor's paper thin. they're trying their darndest to stay alive.
Nelson objective neutralized. Conspirator carrier out of commission. Docked. Encountering minimal resistance from the surviving staff. Conspirators, still finding it kinda hard to believe.
Yeah. You just work with these guys one day and then the next you find that they're actually the bad guys. Kinda weird.
Omega 1 reporting objective secure. Engaging subspace drive.
Cool. Let's get the hell out of here. Man, that Corvette's cool.
Omega 2 reporting the successful placement of the explosive device. We have undocked and are now departing. Explosive device? But that's a civilian installation. Special operatives take no prisoners, leave no witnesses that can compromise the operation. I already told you that, Lieutenant Commander. You will get used to it, Terran. Always remember, we are the good guys. There is much more at stake here than a few individual lives, Lieutenant Commander. The future of both our species depends on our actions today. Roger. I guess. Initiating detonation sequence.
Oh boy.
God. I'm not sure this is really what I signed up for. I hope it'll be worth it in the end, somehow. All units, this operation is successful. Return to your stations.
I also don't agree with what we did there. To be continued. You gotta be kidding me. So that's how it ends. Huh. Wow, that sucked. Alright, let me see. Let's see if there's not another... I want to look at another mod quickly. I'll come back to you guys very quickly. Let's just switch back over. Okay. I tried to get a couple of other mods going, but it appears they all need 10 other bloody mods installed in order to run those, so I found this one. This is called Uncharted Territory. Yeah, it doesn't show anything there though. But apparently you're going to be doing some stuff like protecting and all that, so I'm alright with that. Apparently it's a pretty short campaign, so maybe we can knock this out of the park.
Welcome to the Jeet Karuil pilots. This vessel will be the centerpiece of a scientific expedition in the nebula. We are however not here to study the nebula itself, but rather to make use of the resources it has to offer.
This apparently takes place during the Shivan incursions, so
Our
yeah.
two main projects are the Subspace Layer Cloak, or SLC, and the Gungnir Long Range Beam Platform. Both require a considerable amount of Malchus gas to operate. Luckily this gas is abundant in the nebula. The SLC creates multiple microscopic subspace windows over the surface of a solid object. Due to their small size, the windows will not be detected by standard scanning equipment, and weapons systems will be unable to lock onto the surrounded object. By stabilizing this effect, we hope to create a new defense system that can make any ship impossible to target, regardless of its size and configuration. At the moment the only existing prototype is on board the GTSC Emmerich, being prepped for testing.
Interesting.
The Ruil is a Hestia-class carrier, designed for supplying fighter support from behind the front lines and taking on extended recon missions. So while she carries a number of fighter wings, she lacks the firepower of a destroyer, and we rely on you pilots to protect her. With all the new arrivals, it will take a while to get everything organized, and we will not be able to mobilize all our pilots for some time.
Cool.
This is unfortunate given our current destination, but the importance of our work will not allow delays. The experiments must proceed on schedule. That is all. Report to your squadron leaders for your individual briefings.
Alrighty, let's see what we got.
First of all, to all you new pilots, welcome to the 33rd Blackbirds. Since the Ruil is designed for transport and support rather than actual combat, it is our duty to take care of any hostiles that may appear.
Naturally. Ooh,
Today's mission will be to oversee a startup test of the SLC. We will be operating in an area with low Shivan activity, but keep your guard up. With all the new transfers, we only have one combat-ready wing at the moment, that is U Alpha.
How did I not see that coming?
Besides the Ruil, we will be protecting the GTSC Emmerich, which will be conducting the test,
serious upgrade.
and the GDT Atlas, which is docked with the Ruil. The GTA Crane will be providing AWACS cover and will monitor the test with its advanced sensors. Make sure none of these ships come to any harm, pilots. That is all. Gear up.
So, protect the science group. So I have a choice, either a Herc or a Myrmidon. Alright, I suppose we'll have to go with the Herc. Doubtful there's any casers. No, of course. Why would there be casers? Just thinking now. With this, I think I might prefer to go with the Myrmidon. I'm not using that stuff. There we go. Oh, I forgot this thing can't use harpoons. I didn't think that one through, did they? Yet it can carry a bloody Helios torpedo.
This is the Emmerich. Moving into position.
Really, is that the kind of font they go with?
Bah.
Yo.
Why do we have to fly around out here? There is never any action. What we are protecting could very well be the key to winning the war. So don't complain.
Yeah, stop whining.
Yeah. I get that, but it is still a boring job. Would you rather be on the front line then? Taking on dragons and Liliths on a daily basis?
Nope.
Well, if you put it that way, I can see the good side to floating around a big cloud. But still, a little action would be nice. By the way, new guy, welcome to Alpha Wing of the Blackbirds. As you heard, we don't do much but take care of the odd fighter ambush. Would you stop complaining? Yeah, sorry. Anyway, I'm Sully, and the voice of reason flying Alpha 3 is Kim. We are pretty much the only stable pilots in Alpha Wing. Everyone else seems to come and go for some reason. Also, don't be frightened by the captain's speech, the Ruil is pretty well armed. Those flak guns on her sides will rip most things to shreds. Yeah. As long as we avoid other capital ships, we're fine. Readying SLC. Secondary reactor warming up. And that's pretty much the ropes. Anyway, welcome to the team. We are reading an incoming jump signature.
Oh dear.
Shivan configuration. Intercept and destroy those fighters, Alpha. Emmerich, proceed with the experiment. This is what we expected. Affirmative. Starting up SLC. Systems are nominal, subspace layer is stable.
Hey.
Only 4 fighters? Must have been a scout wing.
Of course it was.
We should expect more company soon.
Obviously the scout wing goes missing. Obviously they'll be like, yeah,
see, I told you so.
fine."
Here they come. Cut the chatter and stay sharp, pilots. We have bombers heading for the Royal. Now that's what I'm talking about.
So every wingman I could possibly get, I have to get the one that's like the station. Absolutely wonderful.
Reading a small power spike. Initializing Malka stabilization program.
Gotta say one thing though, the bombers are not as strong as they used to be.
Another power spike. Can't seem to locate the cause. Stability of subspace layer still in the yellow. Seems to be holding. Proceeding with experiment.
Yeah, these Nahimas aren't nowhere near as strong as the Seraphims, to be honest. It's like the armor is seriously paper thin.
Storms in this sector. It's the SLC. The subspace field is expanding. We can't control it. Well, SHSH shut it off. This not helping. We are trying but it's not responding. This could be bad.
Oh really? You don't say. Wait, hold on. That means then if we can't track, that means they can't track. And their bombers are going to be absolutely useless right now. Just jumping out. Okay, that was weird. Alright, let's see now what we've got. Incoming transmission.
While we are not sure exactly what happened, it seems a malfunction with the SLC caused all ships in the vicinity to make an uncharted subspace jump. Since we do not know where we will end up once we exit subspace, Alpha Wing must be prepared to defend the science group against possible hostile forces as soon as we arrive.
Sweet.
We are currently preparing fighters as fast as we can. Beta Wing will be scrambled to assist when we arrive.
Well, at least we're out of the nebula.
What the hell happened? Where are we? Calm down, Alpha 2. Panic won't help us. Calm down? We just got hurled through subspace by your little science project, and you tell me to calm down?
Little science project.
Stand down, pilot. Either you come to your senses right now and help us resolve this situation,
nice.
or you face a court-martial.
Yeah, fuck his ass up.
Ugh. Yes, ma'am. Good. Now we seem to have been separated a bit by the jump. All ships return to formation. Crane, see if you can find out where we are. Roger that. Crane moving to formation. Initiating deep space scans. Beta wing here. We are now launching from the Ruil and are ready to assist.
Well, a few extra fighters makes all the difference. Yeah, I think let Beta Wing go protect the science cruiser. Make themselves helpful. Only 3 of them.
GTA Crane in position. Preliminary scans show no known jump nodes.
So
well, crap.
So where the hell are we?
Better be careful what you say, Sully. All we need now is trouble with the higher-ups. True. Emmerich. Why aren't you moving? You were ordered to return to formation. Heh, seems Sully isn't the only one causing trouble. Oh, shut up, Kim. Emmerich, respond. No answer. Have a team board the Atlas and find out what happened. Alpha, cover that transport. GDT Atlas launching.
Okay, that's cool.
We are detecting an incoming jump signature. Incoming Shivan cruiser, designation Marbus. What? They followed us here? How? No way. They must have been here already. It's heading for the Emmerich. We need that ship. Intercept the Marbus, pilots. Incoming jump signature. Hostile fighters inbound. Go for the main beam cannons for the engines. Don't let it get within range. Damn it. Seems that cruiser brought some friends.
Oh, fire right through.
We have located a large asteroid field within safe jump range. We can hide out there, but the asteroids will interfere with our sensors. We will have a hard time determining our location from there. Understood. Transmit the coordinates to all ships. If the Shivans keep this up much longer, we need to get away.
This also is very helpful.
The Marbus is going down. Good job, pilots. We have docked with the Emmerich. Entering airlock now. No sign of life here.
What?
Proceeding to the bridge.
What, is everyone just gone?
We have assumed command of the bridge. No one here, Ruil.
What?
Roger that. Send a team to investigate the SLC lab on deck 2. You move the Emmerich back here. Atlas, disengage and return. Roger that, Ruil. Sending the Atlas back. More fighters incoming. They are going for the Atlas. Stop them, pilots.
Doesn't work. Great. No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, there it is.
Incoming large jump signature. It's a Shivan destroyer.
What? Oh, it is a...
We are so screwed.
Shit. It's a fucking Ravana.
This is too much. We are bugging out. Alpha, cover the convoy until it jumps and then follow us.
Yeah. Alright, everyone, let's get the hell out of here.
Well done, pilots.
Whew.
You managed to protect the convoy in an unplanned and dangerous situation. There is no sign of the crew of the Emmerich yet. From the looks of it, they simply disappeared after exiting subspace.
How does that happen?
We do not know what lured the Shivans to our position or why they would commit a destroyer to such a vulnerable target as ourselves.
And a Ravana, no less.
But before we speculate more on any of this, we need to find out where we are. And thanks to you pilots, we now have some breathing room to do that. Unfortunately, due to the vibrations caused by the Uncharted subspace jump, a cooling pipe broke in the living quarters, leading to severe injuries to several pilots. This means that for the time being, we only have pilots for 2 fighter wings.
Oh, that's just fucking brilliant.
Thanks to the efforts of our pilots, we have now had some time to assess our situation. Since we are currently hiding in an asteroid field, we should be safe from the Shivans for the time being.
So you think.
However, this field has also impaired the long-range scanning abilities of the GTA crane, and what scans have been made have given poor results. The only communications we have been able to pick up have been of Shivan origin. We have determined the location of what seems to be a communications cluster, and since we are in an unknown system, this cluster is our best chance to get a clear view of our position. We are preparing an operation to gather what information we can from this. This is a dangerous task, but our only other option would be to start charting the system, and hope we find a jump node before supplies run out, or the Shivans find us.
Makes sense, yeah.
After a thorough search, there is still no sign of the crew of the GTSC Emmerich. The SLC device shows signs of overloading, but no critical damage has been caused. We are further studying the device in order to determine the cause of this accident, and maybe find a way back home. However, progress will be slow, since most of the scientists connected to the SLC project were aboard the Emmerich during the accident. For the time being, a new crew will be assigned to the Emmerich, and the SLC will not be activated until we fully understand its effects.
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Since we are in what seems to be hostile territory, and can expect an unknown number of operations before reuniting with the rest of the GTVA, a number of our researchers have been reassigned to new projects to better ensure our survival. We have some experimental fighter designs aboard, as well as the materials needed to build a number of prototypes. New weapons will also be produced. Finally, the prototype of the Gungnir long-range beam platform will be made ready for immediate assembly, and work on the targeting system will be intensified. Since the Ruil carries no bombers, this weapon is our only hope should we need to combat enemy capital ships.
Yeah, no bombers, that's counterproductive.
As you heard from command, we are carrying out an operation to try to learn where we are. The crane scans suggest that the Shivan communication cluster originates from an unknown device. This device is placed in what seems to be a Shivan resupply station, meaning there is a good chance of enemy capital ships being present in the area.
Yeah.
Lucky for us, observations have shown that these ships tend to wait to be supplied by freighters some distance from the main concentration of supplies, where the communications device is found. Our mission is to eliminate the security force around the device. Scans suggest that this force consists of a wing of Dragon fighters and a number of sentry guns. The Dragon is one of the fastest and deadliest Shivan fighters, take them out quickly. Once the security force has been eliminated, the GTA crane will jump in and begin scanning the device. Once the scans are complete, the mission will be over and we will return to base. Remember, our objective is to obtain a scan of the device, so do not destroy it.
Okay.
Since this is a resupply station, we should also take out any Shivan freighters we come across. The cargo containers are protected by a number of sentry guns, so be careful if engaging hostiles in this area. In addition to the cargo containers, a number of gas miners are also present, protected by a wing of Shivan fighters. If possible, take out these targets as well. However, always remember that the longer we stay in the area, the longer we run the risk of the Shivan capital ships moving in on us. This is a raid, pilots. Make it quick and clean.
Alright, so destroy the security force, protect the crane, destroy freighters and miners. Okay. So once again we get... How would they give us Prometheus Refit? That's stupid. So I should not do this because I need the energy. Alright. There's the Ravana.
Okay, time to strike back. Let's make this one fast and clean. Right. Just keep a good distance from that destroyer. Seems we have a Corvette on our hands as well. Better end this before it decides to come after us.
Alright, let's move in, people.
Good job taking down the security force Alpha. Sending in the crane now. GTA crane on station. Watch our back, Alpha. Command, the Baffin is jumping out. One Shivan freighter down. Understood. Continue the mission, pilots. Good work, pilots. Just remember what your primary objectives are.
Ooh, ow. Okay, who's next?
This is the crane. We are in position and are beginning our scans. Please take care of us a little longer, pilots. Roger that, crane. Just don't take too long.
Bitches. I wonder if we should destroy the Corvette.
Okay, we got what we need. Now let's get out of here.
What, we're leaving already? Then let's move in. Oh dear.
The crane has successfully jumped. Your work here is finished. Return to base, pilots.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Right, so that means if Beta Wing was all destroyed, which means we've
Good
only
work,
got
pilots.
3 of us left.
With the data obtained from that device, we should have a chance to find out where we are. The scientists are working on deciphering it now.
Awesome.
While we cannot communicate with the Shivans, we should be able to understand their subspace maps and trace signal paths. You did your job, now it is time for the scientists to do theirs. By destroying every freighter in the area, you have disrupted the Shivan supply route significantly. Good work, pilots. In addition to your primary objective, you managed to destroy all 3 Shivan gas miners. By taking down these targets, you have severely limited the resources available to the Shivans. By destroying all secondary targets, you have made sure that the Shivan supply chain will be out of commission a long while, making our lives easier in the time to come. Excellent work, pilots.
But I can tell you right now, that
we have
Ravana,
no recommend. Good work, pilots.
That Ravana is still out there, and that Ravana's gonna fuck. I'll shut up just now.
After our last strike at the Shivan supply station, we were able to obtain a large amount of data from the scans obtained by the GTA crane. Our scientists have been working hard and have now been able to decipher some of the information.
Good.
It seems that the Shivan device was intended to relay navigational data to Shivan ships in the area. We have not been able to determine where this information is coming from, and we can only speculate which method is used to send it. But one thing is for certain, it is not ordinary subspace communication. However, we have been able to decipher some of the navigational data, and trace the position of some of the Shivan ships, including the SD Bathan, which we have encountered twice already. Thanks to this we have been able to avoid the Shivans while working further on the data. Our most important discovery lies in a set of jump coordinates sent to a large number of Shivan ships. In each case, a set of data, resembling what is used for inter-system jumps were sent, along with the jump coordinates. This suggests that a jump node could be found at the given coordinates, meaning a potential way home.
Possibly.
Bear in mind that this jump node could lead anywhere, but since we were able to jump to the system, there should at least be a realistic chance of a jump node found here leading back to the nebula. The LRBP Gungnir and SLC projects have also shown progress. While a long-range targeting system for the Gungnir cannon is far from complete, a reliable beam output has been obtained from the prototype. As for the SLC, it seems that the malfunction that sent us here occurred when the number of subspace windows created in the cloak becomes too large. When this happens, the windows start to interact and create an uncontrollable feedback, causing the SLC reactor to produce even more subspace windows, not only on the ship's hull but in the surrounding area as well.
Oh dear.
The interaction between the radiation from these windows and the Malchus gas in the nebula is what caused the EMP storm we experienced before our own subspace drives became affected. Because of this effect, we will not be able to use the SLC as first intended, but by keeping the number of subspace windows below critical level, we should still be able to shroud a ship, making it harder to detect, especially at long range. Finally, our engineers have been able to build a prototype of the Pegasus stealth fighter, which will play a vital role in an upcoming mission to gain access to the jump node. In addition, they have been able to strip down some of our Herc-2 fighters and build a number of Ares fighters.
Interesting.
Currently these fighters have only been used by the SOC and their existence is classified, but in our current situation we are going to use every advantage we can get. The improved reactor in the Ares should function well with the Maxim cannons, which have also been completed. This weapon is well suited for taking down turrets at long range, an ability which could very well be needed in the near future.
Yeah, well, you gotta have Maxims for that.
You all heard the briefing from command. We have found a jump node which could lead us home. You also heard how we found that node. The Shivans are sending a lot of their ships through it. This poses a problem for us, as the Shivans have decided to set up a blockade, effectively preventing us from getting anywhere near the node. During this mission we will have two mission objectives: destroy the Shivan blockade, and obtain detailed scans of the node. However, since we do not have access to bombers, and the Ruil is not equipped with beam weapons, we have to apply a different strategy in order to deal with the Shivan capital ships in the blockade. We will deploy our only anti-capital ship weapon, the LRBP Gungnir. The Gungnir cannon outranges all known Shivan beams, and it will be deployed to fire at max range. However, even with this range advantage, the chances of destroying all Shivan ships before they get within range are slim, not to mention possible interference from fighter and bomber wings. For this reason the GTSC Emmerich will also be deployed and use the SLC to hide both itself and the Gungnir cannon. Since the distance to the Shivan ships is considerable, the SLC should be able to keep both the Emmerich and the Gungnir cannon hidden for a while, even with the limited output we can use safely. Since the Gungnir targeting system is still incomplete, we have to rely on a different method for acquiring a target lock. Luckily a Pegasus stealth fighter has recently been completed. We will use this fighter to mark the targets by means of the tag system. Hopefully this strategy will allow us to destroy the Shivan capital ships before they figure out what is going on. The task of flying the Pegasus falls upon you, Alpha 1. It is a dangerous task, and while you are in the area you should do your best to avoid detection from any Shivan patrols. Remember, while the Pegasus cannot be targeted, or seen on radar, visual detection is still possible. If you get too close, the enemy will spot you. Should this happen, try to shake them off, and as a last resort use your Morning Star to create an opening for escape. Once the capital ships have been taken care of, Beta and Delta Wing will jump in to take care of the enemy fighters. The Ruil will also be deployed to give support with its flak guns. During this assault, Alpha 1 will carry out the second part of the mission. The Pegasus will be equipped with a scanning device, capable of obtaining detailed information about the node. While the Shivans are occupied, Alpha 1 will head to the center of the node and commence the scan. Once it is complete, the data will be sent directly to the Ruil. Do not attempt to scan the node before the Ruil arrives. The scanning device is not standard equipment in the Pegasus and will require all the power from its reactor during the 20-second scan. This means you will be unable to move or fire weapons during the scan. In addition, you will lose shields and the scanning process will give away your position, meaning you are essentially a sitting duck while it is going on.
Oh, just bloody wonderful. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die. I can't change anything.
This is the Emmerich.
Wonderful.
Alpha, we are completely dependent on you for targeting. In addition to the blockade, we have a Shivan cruiser with escorts moving towards the jump node. Destroy that cruiser if you can, Alpha, but make sure you keep a good distance from that fighter escort. Remember, we do not know how long we will be able to remain hidden from the Shivans. We need to take care of this blockade before they determine our position. You are too close to Ares Wing. They are in pursuit. Command, Panzer Wing consists of Seraphim bombers. At the moment they are patrolling the jump node, but once you send in the strike force, they will most likely be targeting the Ruil. Understood, Emmerich. We will tell our pilots to take care. The OS is launching fighters. They must be trying to find the source of the attack. Be careful and avoid them, Alpha. The Dawn has been destroyed. It seems Ares Wing is taking up a patrol pattern. You have been spotted. Libra Wing is in pursuit. Good work, you have lost Libra Wing. They are returning to their patrol.
Where the fuck is this coming from? Finish him off.
Command, the last Shivan capital ship has been destroyed. We are ready for your assistance in taking down the fighters. Understood, Emmerich. We will be there momentarily. Ruel is on station. Beta and Gamma wings engage those fighters, but stay close so we can support you. Alpha 1, take care of the scans, and then help us clean up. Roger that, Ruel. Just leave the heavy fighting to us. Alpha 1, remember you are flying a stealth fighter. Everybody, remember we got a wing of bombers in the area. Stay on your toes and protect the Ruel.
We wait.
Good work, pilot. Receiving scan data now.
Man, the flak cannons, that thing are insane.
That's the last of it. Good work, pilots. The mission is a success.
Nice.
Phew, that was some hard work. Never
That was
thought we would
actually a
see
lot of
the
fun.
end of it. Just be glad you were not the one sneaking around in the Pegasus. Yeah, I got scared just following the transmissions. I am glad you are with us, Alpha 1. Yes, great job. This was a tough one. All fighters return to the Ruel for debriefing. We still have work ahead of us. There is the return call. See you guys at the mess hall. Excellent work, pilot. We have control of the jump node. Thanks to your work we destroyed a superior Shivan force without direct confrontation. The scans you obtained show traces of particles from the nebula we found at the other side of the Gnosis portal. These particles may very well have been carried through subspace by Shivan ships passing through the node, meaning there is a realistic possibility that this node could lead us back. The bad news is that the node is too unstable to be activated using our jump drives, but we will be looking into a way to stabilize it as soon as we can. Until this goal is achieved, take pride in the fact that you have secured a doorway back home. Now all we need is the key.
The question for me, where is that Ravana? Because that thing will just jump in and wreck our shit.
Since our last operation showed us that the jump node is too unstable to be used with our subspace technology,
Yes.
we have retreated to the asteroid field in order to assess the situation. It is too dangerous to stay near the node, not knowing when more Shivan ships may show up. While we cannot readily use the node, we have found clues suggesting it may very well lead us back to the nebula. For this reason we have not yet given up on using it. Before we can travel through the node, we must accomplish two things: the node must be stabilized and a course must be plotted. In order to achieve these objectives, we must endure another confrontation with the Shivans.
Naturally. There it is.
We plan to take advantage of our ability to track some of the Shivan ships in the system. A few days from now, the SD Bathan is expected to use the node, meaning the Shivans will be using their superior subspace technology to stabilize the it. We do not expect the node to be stable long enough for us to plot a course, which means we are forced to obtain navigational data from the destroyer.
Wonderful.
We need to follow the destroyer as soon as we can, so that the node does not destabilize before we can jump. This means we are forced to make our approach towards the jump node before the Bathin has jumped out. Since we cannot expect the Shivan destroyer to simply let the whole science group follow it, we will use the SLC, at maximum safe capacity, to hide our ships.
Yeah.
Pilots must report to their briefing room, for a detailed explanation of their role in this operation.
So it sounds like it's going to be fun.
As you all know, we are about to start a mission with the goal of following a Shivan destroyer through the jump node. In order to make this happen, we must assault the SD Bathin before the science group jumps in. Alpha and Beta wings will be deployed in the vicinity of the jump node and await the arrival of the Bathin. You will be alone at the start of the mission, but the pilots who were injured when we first got here have finally been released from the infirmary today and are working hard to get their fighters combat ready.
Good.
Once these preparations are complete, they will be scrambled immediately to assist you.
Nice.
Just remember that we are short on staff and materials, so there is no guarantee they will be ready in time. Once the Bathin arrives, you will have two mission objectives. First, you have to scan the destroyer's navigation system in order to obtain the navigational data needed to follow the destroyer through the node. Second, you need to destroy its sensors. The sensors must be destroyed in order to keep the science group hidden, once they jump in. With the SLC covering 4 ships, the shroud will be spread too thin to hide them from the destroyer's scans. With the sensors destroyed, the Shivans will have to rely on secondary systems, from which we should be able to hide. Avoid damaging the engine or subspace drive of the Bathin. We want it to reach the node and jump out, not stay in the area.
Good point.
When we have completed these tasks, the science group will jump in. Once they arrive, your objective will be to protect them at all costs. When the destroyer is engaged, it will most likely call for reinforcements in the form of fighters, since it was not attacked by any capital ships. These fighters will be able to detect the science group and will likely call in bombers to deal with them, rather than try to repair the Bathin's sensors. Keep up the defense until the science group jumps out, and then follow it through the node. With a controlled subspace jump, you should be able to re-enter the fighter bay of the Ruil, and resupply before we arrive at our destination.
Scan navigation and sensors, then destroy the sensors. Okay, at least we're on Ares finally. Yeah, that's the stuff. So still no max, still no lasers. At least we got a max of 10. But no offense to those who love the Prometheus, I like to be able to use these. Lots of little missiles. Look at that. It's not bad damage for such a small missile. Almost as much as this. Alright.
So we are really doing this, taking on a Shivan destroyer with 8 fighters. I don't like it either, but it is our only hope of getting out of here. I get it, but still. I have never been on a mission this risky before. Me neither. I still don't feel safe whenever they turn that SLC thing on. I know one of the researchers, and he told me they have this theory of what happened to the original crew of the Emmerich. Really? I only know what we heard from command, and even that's hard to swallow. Well, what happened?
Yeah,
you know how command said a lot of small subspace windows were made? Well, supposedly, when humans are too close to the SLC, these windows will be generated on them as well.
Oh, that's not good.
Wait. You mean? Yes. The theory is that the entire crew was sucked into subspace.
Oh, they did.
What? That's impossible. I don't really understand it, but that's what I heard. I sure hope they know what they are doing with it this time around. Agreed. Damn it, this whole thing is so messed up. I know, hey, we got incoming, look alive. Damn, seems they sent in an advance force. Astaroth fighters. I hate these things, so bloody fast. Just take them down quickly before that destroyer arrives.
What to say? So much for the hour just thinking for itself. Have support ships this time around, that's useful.
Okay, here comes the Bathin. Everybody be careful. Try taking out the anti-fighter beams before getting too close. We need to survive long enough to get what we need and get out. Navigational data. Good work. Have been destroyed. We should be able to avoid detection now. Both objectives have been achieved. Get away from the Batman pilots. You don't have to say that twice. The science group will arrive momentarily. Be ready to fall into escort formation. The science group has arrived. We should be safe from the Batman, but any fighters entering the area will be able to spot us. Don't lose focus, pilots. We got Shivan fighters incoming. Seems that destroyer called some friends. There is a wing of Seraphim bombers moving in on the Royal. Everyone be on guard.
I'll take care of the bombers. Bit. Come on, hurry up.
Ruil, the Baffin has jumped out. Our scans show that the node has been stabilized and we should be able to make it before it returns to normal. Jump in near the node. Fries, they just won't give up.
Of course they won't. But they do. Bunch of assholes. Good grief, these guys just don't give up. Yo, those flak cannons are insane. Our fleet seems to be doing pretty well. We're still in the we're still in the 90s. Do you want a piece too? Gotcha. You know.
We made it. All pilots follow us though the node as we jump out.
Destroyer was pretty hectically damaged.
Formidable work, pilots. We have finally found a way out of this place, and there is a very good chance it could lead us back to something we know. Assaulting a Shivan destroyer is an incredibly dangerous task, and you did it without fire support from capital ships or bombers. In addition, you held off a fearsome attack from the Shivan fighters and bombers which arrived in the area. Everyone in the science group owes you their lives as well as their thanks.
That's what we do. That's what we do as fucking pilots. Fuck shit up.
We are currently en route for what we expect is the nebula we know. Once we arrive, the GTA crane will immediately scan the area in order to make sure, and the Ruil will attempt to contact the GTVA.
I hope this is the case.
Since we just made a very taxing subspace jump, it will be a while before our jump drives will recharge. In addition, we followed a Shivan destroyer through the node, so we can only expect to be in hostile territory once we arrive. For this reason, all fighter wings will be launched to protect the science group until we can jump out. Choose your loadouts quickly, pilots. We do not have much time before we arrive.
Alrighty.
We are now scanning. Stand by. Yes. We are definitely back in the nebula. Outside the safe zones, but we are back. That's great, but we did follow a Shivan destroyer here. Where is it?
Oh, it's here,
Hold on, we will provide AWACS cover. Here at IWAD. Oh, my God. All ships evade. Repeat, all ships evade. Too late. It's charging up its forward beams.
The son of a bitch went for me. I'm telling you now, he went for me.
We are now scanning. Stand by.
ultimate bonk.
Yes. We are definitely back in the nebula. Outside the safe zones, but we are back. That's great, but we did follow a Shivan destroyer here. Where is it? Hold on, we will provide a wax cover. Here in Iowa. Oh, my God. All ships evade. Repeat, all ships evade. Too late. It's charging up its forward beams. The Emmerich is down. How the hell did it turn around so fast? Mayday, mayday. This is the Jeet Garuil. We are under attack by a Shivan destroyer and require immediate assistance. Damn it, let's just get out of here, jump to a safe zone. We can't, it will take time to charge our jump drives. We have to hold out until they are ready. We finally got that. I'll be damned if I am going to die now. All ships, report your status. GDC Atlas, we have suffered minor damage from the explosion from the Emmerich, but nothing serious. Good. How about Ukraine?
Oh, no.
We got hit back. Most systems are down, including propulsion. We can't get out of here anytime soon. Request assistance in evacuation. Craft, incoming fighters. A wing of bombers too. They are heading for the Ruil. We are right in front of that destroyer. If we don't evacuate now, we are done for.
Well, I've taken out its
Please
4
help
beam
us.
cannons.
Negative crane. What? With the pressure from the Shivans, we need all our fighters to protect the lives of those aboard the Ruil and Atlas. We can't risk their lives on a rescue operation with little chance of success. Wait. Are you just going to let them die? There is nothing we can do. If we tried, it would just mean more lost lives. I can't believe this. Please, we are helpless out here. That's it, we are going back to get them. Atlas, you do not have permission to break off. You are violating orders. To hell with that, I am not going to watch all those people die. Captain, you are not only wasting your own life, but also those of your crew and passengers. We all agree here. We are not leaving these people behind. Pilots, please provide us with some cover while we evacuate the train. You will do no such thing, pilots. You are to protect the many lives aboard the Ruil. If the crew of the Atlas chooses to throw their lives away, so be it, but I will not allow any more being lost. What are we going to do? You have your orders, pilot. Yeah, and a plea for help from people who are going to die if we don't do something. We are humans, not machines. Well, I am helping. Court martial be damned, I can't just watch them die. More fighters incoming.
Missed
They are moving in
bitches.
on the crane and the Atlas. Looks like they are saving the destroyer for the Ruil. destroyed. What are we going to do? Jump to the nearest safe zone as soon as our jump drives recharge. We just have to hope we can find another carrier before life support runs out. This is the log of Alpha 2 of the 33rd Blackbirds. We lost our carrier, the Jeet Garuil, and have performed an emergency subspace jump to the nearest safe zone. However, for some reason, no other GTVA forces are to be found in the nebula. Needless to say, without support our chances of survival are slim.
So let's try that again. So this has to be protected.
We are currently
Instead of that, I'm thinking let's go with the maximum to destroy those.
We are now scanning. Stand by. Yes. We are definitely back in the nebula. Outside the safe zones, but we are back. That's great, but we did follow a Shivan destroyer here. Where is it? Hold on, we will provide a AWACS cover. Here at Iowa. Oh my god. All ships evade. Repeat, all ships evade. Too late. It's charging up its forward beams. The Emmerich is down. How the hell did it turn around so fast? Mayday, mayday. This is the Jeet Garuil. We are under attack by a Shivan destroyer and require immediate assistance. Damn it, let's just get out of here, jump to a safe zone. We can't, it will take time to charge our jump drives. We have to hold out until they are ready. We finally got back. I'll be damned if I am going to die now. All ships, report your status. GDT Atlas, we have suffered minor damage from the explosion from the Emmerich, but nothing serious. Good, how about Ukraine? We got hit bad. Most systems are down, including propulsion. We can't get out of here anytime soon. Request assistance in evacuation. Craft, incoming fighters. A wing of bombers too. They are heading for the Ruil. We are right in front of that destroyer. If we don't evacuate now we are done for. Please help us. Negative crane.
This is a whole move.
With the pressure from the Shivans we need all our fighters to protect the lives of those aboard the Ruil and Atlas. We can't risk their lives on a rescue operation with little chance of success. Wait. Are you just going to let them die? There is nothing we can do. If we tried it would just mean more lost lives. I can't believe this. Please, we are helpless out here. That's it, we are going back to get them. Atlas, you do not have permission to break off. You are violating orders. To hell with that, I am not going to watch all those people die. Captain, you are not only wasting your own life, but also those of your crew and passengers. We all agree here. We are not leaving these people behind. Pilots, please provide us with some cover while we evacuate the crane. You will do no such thing, pilots. You are to protect the many lives aboard the Royal. If the crew of the Atlas chooses to throw their lives away, so be it, but I will not allow any more being lost. What are we going to do? You have your orders, pilot. Yeah, and a plea for help from people who are going to die if we don't do something. We are humans, not machines. Well, I am helping. Court martial be damned, I can't just watch them die. More fighters incoming. They are moving in on the crane and the Atlas. Looks like they are saving the destroyer for the Royal. Save those people now. You did what you could, pilots, and we thank you. We cannot let you risk your lives for ours anymore. Leave us to the Shivans. No. There is nothing more you can do. Worry about yourselves now. He's right, Kim. We did all we could. I know.
Not really, but...
God, this is so unfair.
very important, and I hope we can all survive out here. AWACS ship, it actually holds its own pretty damn well.
This is the GTCV Gabriel, we received your distress call. We will occupy the destroyer until your jump drives are ready. Once they are, jump to these coordinates. Oh, thank God.
A Deimos Corvette. Never
Where have you been,
Rubiel?
Rubiel?
To see one of these.
You have been reported missing in action for quite a while now. It's a long story, we will tell you at debriefing. Since you are here, I take it we still have some control in the nebula. I would not say that. An order to return to Gamma Draconis was issued, but we were unable to escape in time. Escape in time? What do you mean? High Command decided to destroy the Gnosis portal, in order to prevent the Shivans from advancing. You mean they destroyed it already and we are stuck here? Not exactly. It seems a jump node has been stabilized, and Shivans have been sending ships into Gamma Draconis. A single Corvette is not enough to break through and head back, but with the help of your fighter wings we should be able to make a break for it. The Shivans are invading Gamma Draconis. Do we have a second Great War on our hands? They stopped sending troops through a while ago, we don't know why. But all this can wait, now we should focus on getting you out alive. We are finally ready to jump. All ships and fighters follow us out. The loss of the GTSC Emmerich was a hard blow for us.
Yeah.
Not only did we lose the many lives aboard the Science Cruiser, but also one of our greatest tactical advantages, the SLC. Looking back at the circumstances of this mission, there was nothing anyone could have done to save that ship. We should take solace in the fact that the Rubiel was able to evade the Shivan destroyer after the first shot. We were lucky that the Gabriel arrived when it did. Without its support the Bathin would most likely have caught up the Rubiel and destroyed it. However, it seems we are not out of the woods yet.
No.
The GTVA has ordered all forces withdrawn from the nebula and we came back too late to follow them. The Gabriel was damaged and lost subspace capabilities in an engagement with the Shivans, and was left behind as they could not complete repairs in time. We must now join our forces in order to escape back to Gamma Draconis, and hopefully reach GTVA-controlled space. More information will follow once we have a better understanding of the situation. Your wing violated a direct order from command when you chose to join the Atlas in their rescue attempt, but to be honest, I understand your decision and will do what I can to make sure you get a mild punishment. Unfortunately, your effort was in vain as the Atlas was destroyed before it could evacuate the crane. In a chaotic situation as the one we were in, disobeying orders and going on one's own is extremely dangerous, even if it is the morally right decision. The crew of the Atlas made a valiant choice and it cost them their lives.
Ouch.
As you are all aware, we have made it back to the nebula and have made contact with the GTCV Gabriel, the first Allied ship we have seen in a long time. But we cannot let our guard down yet.
No.
The Gabriel has brought some dire news and the situation is far worse than when the SLC incident occurred. While we were lost in uncharted territory, the GTVA encountered a new Shivan warship, the SJ Sathanas. The capabilities of this juggernaut far surpass what we have seen so far from Shivan capital ships, and none of our ships are able to stand up to it. It was discovered that the Sathanas was heading towards the jump node leading to Terran Vasudan space, and in order to prevent a full-scale Shivan invasion, Command decided to destroy the Gnosis portal and seal off access to the nebula. As the Gabriel was unable to evacuate along with the rest of the forces in the nebula, we do not know if this plan succeeded. We do know that the Shivans are still sending ships through the node, so we must assume the worst. However, our objective remains unchanged. We must return to Terran Vasudan space. Luckily, the Gabriel will give our group some much needed combat strength to achieve this goal. At the moment, preparations are being made for an operation which will give us access to the jump node leading to Gamma Draconis. It is a gamble that we will actually be able to use the node, but it is our only option. All pilots are to report to their briefing rooms in 2 hours. We are once again counting on you to deliver us from danger. As you are all aware, we are now back in the nebula. But unfortunately we are still behind enemy lines. Our next mission will be to escape the nebula and return to Gamma Draconis, through the node created by the Gnosis portal. Unfortunately, our return to the nebula has alerted the Shivans to our presence as well as that of the GTCV Gabriel. Worse, they seem to have anticipated our plan to escape and have deployed the SD Bathin at the jump node, where it seems to be coordinating the forces sent through the node as well as guarding it. Our mission is to destroy the Bathin so that our ships can escape through the node. The problem is that we still have no bombers and the Gabriel cannot stand up to the Bathin. For this reason we will once again deploy the LRBP Gungnir. With the Emmerich and SLC destroyed, we have no way of hiding the weapon. The Ruil will jump in at a safe distance from the node and deploy the Gungnir cannon at some distance from the Bathin. Due to the nebula, we do not expect the Shivan sensors to pick it up at this range. However, we anticipate the Shivans will locate the cannon once the beam is fired. For this reason the Ruil will stay near the Gungnir cannon and protect it from enemy fighter attack. In order to distract the Bathin from the Gungnir cannon and the Ruil, the Gabriel will create a diversion. A Kane-class cruiser, the SC Rangda, has been spotted patrolling the area near the node. Once the Ruil has set up, the Gabriel will jump in and attack the Rangda. Hopefully, this will alert the Bathin, which will move into attack. Once it does, we will begin our own attack. Alpha 1 will be charged with using the tag system to enable the Gungnir to attack the Bathin. The rest of Alpha Wing will cover him. The tag missiles have longer range than Shivan anti-fighter beams, so keep your distance when tagging the destroyer. Just make sure it is destroyed quickly. If it gets within range of the Gabriel, the corvette will not survive a single hit. Since we lost the crane in the last battle, you will have no AWACS cover and will probably not be able to target the Bathin immediately. If you head towards the node when the order is given, you should be able to find it. Beta and Delta wings will be fielded in order to deal with any Shivan reinforcements, but will also be available to support Alpha Wing if need be. I will leave it up to Alpha 1 to make the call. When the Bathin has been destroyed, all ships will proceed towards the node. The Shivans will surely have called for reinforcements at this point, and all wings are to protect our ships as they approach the node. Once they have jumped, follow them through. As we do not want the technology of the Gungnir cannon to fall into Shivan hands, the Ruil will send a self-destruct signal just before entering the jump node. Hopefully this will the last sacrifice we will have to make. The loss of the people aboard the Crane and the Atlas was not only tragic, but has delayed our operation significantly.
That way I could destroy the Fort Beam cannons. What? Oh. There we go.
We have finished prepping the Gungnir cannon, pilots. Now we lay low until the Gabriel draws the attention of the destroyer. Glad that's not my job. Just stay focused on this one. A little more and we can return home. That's if there is a home to return to. Don't even say it.
Yeah, don't even say it. Shut up.
Yeah, you're right. We can't give up hope now. This is the Gabriel. We have arrived and are beginning our attack on the Shivan cruiser. Affirmative, Gabriel. All pilots stand by until the destroyer reacts to the attack. Successfully been destroyed. This should get their attention. That's confirmed, Gabriel. The Bathan is accelerating and moving towards you. Pilots, proceed with the mission. Okay, it's our turn. We will cover you while you tag that destroyer Alpha 1. Just make sure you end this before they get within beam range. We would be extremely lucky to survive a single hit. have been spotted. A wing of Mara's is moving in to intercept. Concentrate on tagging that destroyer, Alpha 1. Leave the fighters to your wingmen. We've got your back. We are reading an incoming jump signature. The Shivans have called for reinforcements. 4 Astaroth fighters incoming. Of Seraphim bombers has just jumped in. Keep them away from our ships, pilots. The Shivans are responding to the attack. Lever wing is launching from the Bathin. The destroyer seems to be staying on course though. What the? Royal, Lever wing is ignoring our attack. They are headed for the Gungnir cannon. We knew this might happen. Beta wing protect that beam cannon. Roger that, Royal. We will make sure they don't get near it. Did it? Excellent work, pilots. The GDT Atlas has jumped in, and we are all moving to the node. Remember, it's not over yet, we still need cover. Understood, Royal. Falling into escort formation. Come on. Just a little more.
Finish him off. Yani. Bitch.
We have a wing of Torvi bombers heading our way.
Bring them.
Keep them off us. Prioritize protecting the Royal, pilots. We are better equipped to defend ourselves.
Almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost there. Corvette. At least the Corvette has better anti-particle weapons. Oh, shit. Just got wrecked. Come on. Ooh. So slowly catching up. Okay, so far so good. Oh, as long as the bloody Ravana doesn't show up out of nowhere. Should be fun. Come on.
We are almost at the node. Setting off the self-destruct for the Gungnir cannon. Now is our turn to get out of here. Finally. Gamma Draconis, here we come. Yeah. That was a little too exciting.
Most of us survived.
For your excellent record of confirmed kills, you have achieved the status of ace.
But please. Let's see. Admiral work, destroying the SD Bathan. You're now making your way to Gamma Draconis. Sure what situation is back in our own system. We should be able to contact GTVA command as soon as we arrive. From there we should be relayed to a safe position where we can take on some much needed supplies and repairs. As the Shivans obviously have control over the node connecting Gamma Draconis and the Nebula, we should not expect a friendly welcome once we leave subspace. The best we can hope for is no contact, but we must remain vigilant. We have survived an unknown territory controlled by the enemy, and we must not throw it all away on the final stretch. Because that generally is what happens though, it's like right at the end is when everything goes down. Ooh, cinematic. Well, certainly not Capella, that's for certain. Yes, thank goodness for that Corvette.
We made it through. Are we finally back? Positive, pilot. Navigation shows we are definitely back in Gamma Draconis. Something doesn't seem quite right. Wait, that nebula? I don't remember seeing a red one like that in Gamma Draconis.
He's not wrong.
The pilot is right. Ruel, we are unable to contact Allied Command, but our navigation also shows we are in Gamma Draconis. Same here, Gabriel, we are getting no response from Command, or any GTVA forces at all. I don't like where this is going. Ruel, can you use the node to Capella to boost a subspace signal out of the system?
Capella.
We will try, hold on. You know it's weird. What is? With the Shivan sending ships through the node, I would expect we would be under attack by now.
Don't say it.
I'm not complaining though.
Don't jinx the situation, dude. Just shut up.
Me neither. But if there are neither GTVA nor Shivan forces in the system, where are they? Beats me. Ruel. Any luck getting a signal? Negative, Gabriel. We are reading the node in its normal position, but it seems unstable. Unstable? How so? There is a large amount of radiation destabilizing the subspace corridor. Similar to what we saw from the node at the Gnosis portal. I thought it was established that radiation was remnants of a supernova. There has been no such thing in Capella.
Well, not until now.
Wait a minute. A supernova. Ruel, what would happen to a system after a supernova? Planets and such would be destroyed. The dust left behind will often form a nebula. Hold on. Are you guys saying that new nebula is? Yes. Navigation confirms the position. What we see there are the remnants of Capella. But how? We have no way of telling. What is worse, that node is the only way out of Gamma Draconis, and the destabilization will keep getting worse for years to come. You mean we are stuck here? For good? This isn't happening. I am truly sorry, pilots. Had we come back earlier we may have been able to escape, but now. Only God can help us.
And it all goes dark. Wow, that was interesting. Alright then, let's switch back over to me and then we will chat a bit. Wow, just holy crap, that was pretty impressive. I really did like that Uncharted territory. I don't know why I haven't played that one before. So, it takes place just before, well, as the second Shivan incursion happens, and as we can see, just after the Capella star was destroyed. So, it makes me wonder what happened to those brave pilots and those vessels. I suppose we'll never know until whoever was the mod creator decides to make a sequel. But I guess until then, I've quite enjoyed that, including Reunion. A bit of a silly ending to chapter 2 though, so I guess we'll just have to wait until the next chapter. But until then, all of you out there, pilots, friends, civilians, keep yourselves safe out there. You never know when you might run into a Shivan. So, until then, this is Captain Andros, signing off for now. Goodbye everyone.